Hey YouTube, it's Miranda and we're back in the bathroom today to dye my hair once again. My roots are looking pretty tragic, so I'm gonna give myself some lowlights to blend. Usually I'd go blonde and usually I would do highlights to fix the roots, but I'm feeling like I want my hair to kind of grow out with its natural color a little bit, just to be easier upkeep. We'll see how long that lasts. I didn't realize I didn't have a lot of 20 volume left, but I'm just putting as much as I can get out of this bottle into this bowl. And I'm measuring with the side, and we're almost at 2 ounces, maybe like 1.5 ounces or a little bit more, but the color I'm going to be using is the Joico Vero K-Pack, and I'm using 7 and a little bit of 6N. 7N and 6N. And these are permanent color. I got this at Cosmoprof because my mom has her license, but if you go to Sally's or something and you want to do the same thing and you have a similar natural color to me, just get a 6N and a 7N, or just the 7N. I just wanted to do a touch of 6N to give it a little bit more depth. Also, because the color always fades so quick, I feel like pop this open. That's always so satisfying to me. The side of the bottle always shows the measurements, so if you go down to here, it's 1 ounce. 1 ounce of that. And this one, we're just gonna do that first line. We only want a 1/2 ounce of this. Changing into a towel. Oh, I should take a before picture. Okay, just gotta mix this up. My feet already hurt. I need to go get Crocs. Anyone else have that problem when you're not wearing shoes or slippers or something? Your feet hurt? Me, all the time. Okay, I'm gonna brush through my hair. Running my hair down the middle because that's how I usually wear it in the day. So I'm mainly focusing on the crown, which is just this section, I guess, the top section. But I know there are some pieces under here that when I'm brushing my hair, I kind of hate. So I'm gonna make sure I get all those too. Okay, this piece sticks out like a sore thumb to me. So we're gonna start here. See how it's dark, then randomly light? That was my doing. Now we're gonna try and undo it. So usually what I do is take a few random pieces out of the section, and those are gonna be what I low light. And then I leave, it's almost like weaving, like what a hairdresser does weaving to do highlights or lowlights, except I don't go like this with a little tool. I just wing it. It's great. I'm also not using foils because no, we just go for it around here and hope for the best. Perfect. Okay, this towel is gonna be probably ruined, but that's fine. Anything that frames the face, I'm gonna work on too. So right here, I'll low light a couple pieces in this section. I'll go more in depth in a second on how I pick which pieces I'm gonna do when I get into the main section. So we'll let those do their thing. This color is gonna be pretty close to my natural color, so I'm not really afraid of what it's gonna look like. I don't think it's gonna stick out anywhere like the blonde does in contrast to my natural. Okay, while we're on this layer, just to blend between here and here, I'm gonna take a few pieces. I'm just gonna take a few pieces at random that look kind of blonde at the top, that are this piece is obviously growing out, and I want to blend it into my natural because I don't want it to stick out like that. I'm trying to create a natural blend so that my hair can continue to grow out and not show crazy roots. I'm also gonna check the back. Now I'm gonna let down this section and I'll give you the rundown. All right guys, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to heavily low light this, I'm pretty sure. The problem is I don't really plan it out before I start just painting color on my hair. I just kind of go for it. So we're gonna do that right now, but I'll tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And pull the rest of this back in this clip. So I'm going to take a piece from back here, a section. I take a section like this, I start taking pieces like this, just randomly out of this section. And then split them apart like this and leave the bottom section behind. Now we're just stuck with this top section. If you think you like that much hair, like if that looks like a good amount of hair to you, go for it. I think I like that. I'll just go ahead and do the whole thing and then run it up and down with my fingers so it blends into the root. You want to make sure you cover all the blondes in this though, because it'll look real weird if you have root, then blonde, then dark, and then blonde again. So you want to make sure you get that entire strand of hair that you're covering. That needs to stay back where it goes. I want to make sure that I'm not getting like pieces splotched all over the hair under it. That's why they use foil in the salon. Then we're going to keep working our way to the front, grabbing a section. You can also just grab a random strand and just paint that on if you want. I like to grab a section and then kind of plan out which pieces I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I'm going to do that this whole one too. If you want to leave some of the blonde out, you can. So say you want this piece, but you only want to paint the top half on, you can do that, but you have to make sure you blend it down gently. So like if you went like this, you're gonna have dark all the way where you put it. So you want it to blend kind of naturally into the rest of the blonde. I don't want that. I want like full lowlights. So that's why I'm bringing it all the way down. Okay, this section definitely needs more color because I don't think I'm gonna like how that looks. So I'm gonna paint this on the root directly. And then I'm gonna drag it down like this. And then I'm just gonna take this dry brush and make sure that it combs down evenly into the blonde.
I liked how this was looking, so I actually ended up doing this on a few more spots right at the root. Just putting some of that color directly on the root and then dragging it down with a dry brush.
If I'm not explaining this well, just ask me in the comments what I mean and hopefully I can explain it a little better. I think for this front section it's just easier if I paint on the root and then just drag it down like I was saying. I like that. They're all on top of my head now. Definitely like staining my head, but deal with that later. I feel like I want to do some random chunky lowlights now. I have quite a bit left over here and I feel like I'm good with the top of my head. So now I'm just gonna look for pieces on the next level, the next layer of hair. Now that everything's drying up a little bit, I can put it back on the rest of my hair because it shouldn't transfer as much. So I can see what I've done. I hope it's enough, I'm not sure. This could use a little bit more of a root, I feel like. I'm gonna do that here too. Okay, so now I'm going to let this sit on my hair for like 30 minutes or so. You can see I ended up just painting solidly on my root right here, just at the end. It'll sit on the shortest amount of time. And then I gave myself, I don't even know how many, but a bunch of lowlights. You can see them sticking out. Like all these dark pieces. And hopefully that'll blend everything down from the root better instead of feeling like the blonde just stops. We'll see. I'm gonna let this sit on for like 30 minutes or so and then take a shower, While I'm in the shower, I'm gonna tone my blondes with this Paul Mitchell The Demi 10 PA. Okay, so I just got done drying my hair. Here is how the root turned out. The thing I was most focused on fixing. It blended perfectly. I love it so much. I think the toner is so perfect. It made it a lot more ashy instead of like the gold it was. And it blends down. I just think it looks so much better. I can't wait to curl it tomorrow. Lift it up to show you. No harsh lines. When I put it in a ponytail before, where these blondes are, there were like so many rough lines. So much more blended now. So if I didn't explain anything well enough, let me know in the comments and I'll try and give you like a better description of how I did things. To remind you, I used an ounce of 7 and a ½ ounce of 6, and then the toner was Paul Mitchell 10 PA. Otherwise, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss a video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!